It's day one. It's August 15th. We're on the first annual 2016 Great Ontario Yield Tour. I'm here with Philip Shaw. My name is Moe Agostino, Chief Commodity Strategist with Farms.com Risk Management. Philip, thank you for spending some time with us here today. We're in the...
Welcome. Nice to have you.
It's a pleasure. We're in the Chatham, Dresden. This is Dresden area. And this is your cornfield here, Philip. And by the way, if you want to follow Philip Shaw, I don't have to say much about Philip. He's well known in Ontario.
We're friends.
We're really good friends. You can follow him on Twitter. He loves to tweet. So at Agrodome is his Twitter handle. But Philip, this looks pretty good. When did you plant this corn?
I started planting it April the 25th.
Okay.
And we had a little bit of rain during that week, and I don't think I got the field completed till about April the 29th. But it went in pretty good, but I did get some rain during that week.
And this is 30-inch spacings?
It is.
And your plant population?
It's about 32,000.
32, okay.
And yeah.
And this, tell me a little bit about your growing season, because there's been a lot of farmers complaining about dry weather, how dry it's been, lack of moisture you've been getting. This seems to be one of those garden spots.
It is. I haven't had drought in the Dresden area this year. I've had some hot and dry periods, but I really haven't had a sustained drought. I've got rains all through the growing season. I've had adequate moisture, and now there's lots of moisture in there. So I'm expecting a yield about similar to what I had last year, you know.
And this is one of the corn ears out of your field, and this is looking pretty good. You know,
Don't know.
16 inches.
But I'm not a good judge of that. Just typically what I do is I start combining and I weigh it off, and kind of know where we are.
Looks like it's denting a little bit. So
yeah, I think for August the 15th, it's pretty advanced, you know. I thought that for the amount of heat we've had this year, that we'll be in good shape this fall. At least I felt that in this area. And I know how fortunate I am because I've had water. Because throughout Ontario, as you are finding out, we've had drought problems all throughout the province.
Right.
But I know how fortunate I am because I've had rains. The driest period here was maybe the end of June, about 8 days of hot and dry weather. But then on Canada Day, we woke up to about 6/10 of an inch of rain. So we've had moisture here north of Dresden. Last question.
How does this compare to your average? Is this above average, below?
This is likely to be slightly above average. Just as I was talking to you earlier, I don't get 250 to 280 bushel corn. Right. I hear a lot about it.
Yeah.
But I would imagine this is right now slightly over 200 bushel. That's what I would imagine. However, I don't know, but in this particular area, we really haven't had any limitation to yield as of yet.
Now, if you were to rank it 1 out of 10 compared to your 5-year average, where would you put it?
With the average being 5 or the average being 0? Oh, the average being 5? Oh, I think it'd probably be about a 7, I imagine. Something. I think it's a bit above average. That's my reflection right now. And, you know, how that translates across Ontario, you know, we don't know, because I might be a bit above average, but I think most people won't be. But, of course, you'll be finding those things out.
Right. Now, you also mentioned earlier, you thought that maybe the average trendline yield for Ontario, maybe around that 145?
That's what I've said in Market Trends, writing for the grain farmers. I felt that we were dropping yield significantly, and, you know, we've been living a charmed existence in Ontario. I think our average yield last year was about 165 or 170. Oh my gosh, Mo, you know, we're better than Indiana by a mile.
Definitely.
You know, and some of the U.S. states were better. So what is it? Is it climate? Is it management? Well, we know it's management, I suppose, but in genetics and things like that. But it was so tough in so many areas like Niagara and like Prince Edward County. Like, I'm just thinking we were going less than 155, and I thought we'd be about 145 when you took everything in together.
Right. Well, and the USDA is saying a record crop in the States. You've probably had similar weather patterns here. Not all of Ontario. Typically, Ontario is better than most states in the U.S., but I think the kernel weights are making a difference again in the States. Are just off the charts. We'll see whether that matters again in 2016. Philip, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.